Just a second. I'm almost done. That's what I get for spontaneously starting without setting everything up first. But I think this is good. Hello, hello, hello. Here I am, here I am. I literally just got out of bed and went, wouldn't it be so fantastic to just spontaneously start streaming? Even though I haven't even set everything up yet. So I was like struggling for a solid few minutes here, trying to make sure that everything was working right. But I think everything is okay. So, hi, welcome, good morning, good night. For me it's night. It's like what, almost 7 p.m. over here. So, yeah. I've been bedridden for like most of the day because yucky body not wanting to cooperate, but I made it. So, hi. Welcome, welcome, Godot. I'm happy to see you. I'm glad that you're here. But I'm glad that you were able to just check in, if anything. And hey, good luck if you gotta go soon. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, I'm hanging in there. I took meds for painkillers, just help with my migraine and my inflammation. So hopefully that should help. So I should be able to finish the artwork that I started yesterday today. So that's nice. Yeah. And I also before I actually started like talking, I did go over some stuff that was bugging me yesterday's test stream. Um so yeah, the chat doesn't randomly disappear anymore. Everything's resized now. Also, I have a Hello Kitty thing on. It's made by Hime. If you wanna get some of your own Sanrio themed blankets, cozy, cute, and very fitting because oh my god, it's cold. I'm freezing. um, yeah. So, on yesterday's agenda, what I was working on was mostly a Patreon commission that I remember I wanted to get to, but it took a while because of IRL. So I'm happy that we are getting to the point where I feel like I can finalize it. So that's nice. Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm really happy with how they turned out. I'm glad to receive these comments. That makes me happy. Thank you. I did also get questions on if I was considering on selling these kind of PNG tubers as well. I am debating on doing so. I'm still new. Like I feel like I'm barely getting the hang of stuff. Uh yeah. I mean, it turned out all right. It turned out all right. But um once I keep messing around with things, I'll try and sell them for cheap because I just don't feel like I'm at that level yet. So I mean, being affordable is also nice, right? Wait, do you think it looks rigged? Maybe it's because of the sensitivity that I put it on. But yeah, it's a PNG tuber actually. It's I'm running it for PNG Tuber Plus. I'm not using VTrip Studio. So I would say this counts as a PNG tuber. It's just a little more animated. It's nice. I do really like the bouncy effect whenever I talk, so I did put it on a higher sensitivity. I don't know, it's fitting. Also, like, I like how the ears move. Although it does, let's just pretend the blanket has ear holes because you can see the tips going through the blanket. uh, oh, thank you. Yeah, I'll try not to. It's I feel like since the market's so huge nowadays, it's a little hard not to undersell myself. But I will try not to. But yeah, I'll definitely consider to do these kind of things in the future. For anyone that's interested. Right. So, let me just make sure that I have all of my things set up on my end because for some reason Clip Studio wasn't cooperating with me earlier. So I opened back up all of the references for Madeline. That's the character I was working on the commission for. I'm always really happy when people commission my characters. It's an honor, honestly. Like, you don't really get that often. But okay, here we go. So let me just switch over to my workstation. Right, here we go. So, here's the progress of my work so far from yesterday. I started shading, but I haven't gotten around on finishing it yesterday. And yeah, so hopefully I'll be able to finish it today. Oh, okay, I see. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I'll be honest. I I I wasn't even sure if I should consider myself a VTuber because, I mean, I I guess I am because I have an avatar now. For me, it was mostly like I wanted to have something animated on my screen without having to go through the extra effort of making myself representable, right? Or like because I'm literally just here looking sick in the dark. but yeah, but I do hope that progress with your game's going well. Right. Right. So we'll go back to Oh, right. I do hope my volume's alright. I made myself a lot louder now compared to yesterday because the beeping is actually gone on my end, but it might be a bit too loud, so just keep me posted on how it's going, right? So, this is the highlights that I added. I did want to add a little bit of more highlight over here by the nose. Ah, here. I do fancy myself a little bit of a eyeline crease right over here. Just a little subtle, I English subtle I think is the right word. There you go. I've been trying to experiment a bit more with how I'm like shading and stuff to make my art feel a little bit more lively, I suppose. So I'll hopefully get to a point where I feel like, oh, this is I feel like I did an improvement this year. Or at least I feel like I did in terms of how I draw faces, which honestly is the most important part anyway. I say as I shade the boobs. The boob. I think the one thing I'm most proud of this year, if anything. Oh, right. Since it's almost Thanksgiving, we don't celebrate Thanksgiving over here, so it's still. I only heard in passing like Thanksgiving is gonna be soon, but I am glad and thankful that I managed to broaden my art a bit more because I'm drawing a lot more like other things besides feminine characters. Ah, thank you for thinking so. I really hope I have improved, honestly. Um, it's like what is it called? There's a thing called like art blindness, because when you look at something for too long, you view it in a much more different way than others who haven't looked at it for too long would. So I feel like I'm definitely experiencing that. I feel like every artist probably would at some point in their career, right? Or like journey. Because I like look at it, and in the moment I'm like, oh, I think I improved. But a few moments later, I feel like I could do better, right? That's the thing. Yeah, same for music. Like the more you can just hear and stuff, like you just you just don't see as good anymore. So yeah, feedback super important, right? Definitely. But yeah, um, I have been trying to draw other things besides this, which I generally don't share my studying process because it's literally just draw shapes over and over again. On some occasions, I try and just not review, critique. What's the right word? Analyze. Analyze is the right word. Where I try to analyze someone's work and see how they did certain things, and if I if I like a certain thing, I will try to figure out how did they do that, right? Then I'll try it on my own art and see how it applies, and if it works, then it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Yeah, I try not to do that when I do commissions though. So this is like me trying out things is definitely more something I do on like personal art and the like. So I mean, maybe if someone's genuinely interested, I could do like, I don't know, really cheap commissions for like $10 or something, where I'm like, hey, let me take one of your characters and experiment. Something like that. I remember back in the day where I used to sell my art for $5. $3 or something like that. Which is insane when I look back at it, but things were different back then. And I just started. So when I think back to it, I'm like, damn, $3 for like fully illustrated things. I mean, it also took me the same amount of time that things do now, because I think in hindsight, if I don't stall all of my progress, I feel like it wouldn't take me that long. Like only like what, maybe 5-6 hours to finish something, or 7-8, if I really like pull through without any breaks. All right, thank you for your feedback. Yeah, okay, I'll keep that in mind then next time. Where I'm like, okay, hey, I'll offer something for super cheap if you let me experiment on things. Then I'll do that. That actually also gives me the chance to be a bit more active on social media again. I have been taking such a long break because of things, where it's like, damn, I need to get cooking again. Gotta cook, man. Yeah. So much for that. Honestly, besides that, I mean, I have been drawing a lot more in a sense of the few art that the doodles and stuff that I have been getting around to is where I've been experimenting and stuff. So it's like, oh, that's neat. But in hindsight, I didn't really draw that much. At least I don't know. Maybe it's more the in the sense of, comparison again compared to other artists, right? But it's hard not to in this business, okay? I'm trying not to. It's easy to admire other people and downplay yourself. Alright. at least shading skin is very pleasing to me. I like working on all the different folds and creases. Man, I may sound also a little bit more I mean, I'm trying not to. I've been watching JJK, and I mean, I'm also a manga reader, so I already know what's happening. But seeing it on screen, animated with all the voices and stuff, is man, they've been cooking. But I do hope that the animators do get a well-deserved break after everything, because damn, that's like movie production quality. And I wish I could gush more without spoiling things, but it's insane. They cooking. Take care, Godot. Thanks for just sticking around and just, checking in and stuff. Hope you have a good day. Thank you so much. I'll just be here, doodling, working on stuff. And possibly getting, things done on my end. Just doing my commissions here, finishing them up. Or at least one by one. I'll taking it easy. I know for a fact that people will scold me if I don't, so I'll try. Right. I mean, I have tried to draw on my iPad, but I'll be real, man, that shit's hard. I think I mentioned it yesterday. I was like, damn, drawing on such a small... I mean, drawing on an iPad is one thing. I don't mind that. It's just the controls themselves is what I'm not used to. Because using my fingers to like zoom in and zoom out, I don't know, it's weird for my brain. it's maybe I'm just used to the clicky clacky of the keyboard. It's like dissatisfying feedback, and I don't really want to get a keyboard for my iPad because it costs money. don't want to spend stuff on that, especially when I'm just like still trying stuff out. At least I know that doodling on it is okay. I just can't do full illustrations, which honestly would have been nice in hindsight, because then I could at least do commissions on... Oh god, no, please don't. CSP. Okay. I'll save. It would have been nice in hindsight to be able to draw in bed while I'm sick, but you can't have them all, am I right? Can't have them all. Have usually been like, oh yeah, let me try and do this, but I think the last time I properly tried to sketch something on my iPad was when I went to Boston last year. Damn, that feels forever ago, but damn, that was fun. I hope I can get to travel again someday. Alright. Feels a bit spending too much time on the folds over here, but hopefully this will turn out alright. Yeah, it's looking okay. So let's work on the crease here. I think skin's just satisfying to draw because of the reds and stuff on it. The colorful skin details later on that I'll add. There. And of course over here as well. Yeah. Bro, I'm still so sad because... Oh, I should save, honestly. I'm still so sad because I remember I did a comic of another R Life character a while back, and I felt like shading it and coloring it, and I did pretty well, but CSP crashed and my progress was gone and I couldn't recover it from any of the backups, so I was like, oh, okay. Maybe I'll get around to it another time. Maybe on stream, who knows? And maybe it'll be better. Next time it'll be better. I think the belly is a bit too shiny. I'll remove that. I'll get back to that later on. I think this is the darker one, alright. There. There's actually a... I think, was it? There's like this company that does really like eerie, God, I was burping. Ah, I'm burping! Okay. There's this company that does really like cool horror games that I've been interested in. And I know some people don't really care much because of the graphics or the way that they keep reusing certain aspects of stuff, but I like the stories that they tell. Chilla's Art is what they're called, yeah. May have heard of them, maybe not. I know they've been popular for a bit because of certain games, like I think there was a streamer related one as well. That one got me. I wasn't even streaming at the time, but the idea of like that they are exploring in that game has me shook. But maybe it comes also from like the fear of other people, right? Honestly, it's worth exploring if anyone doesn't know about Chillas, because I'm like, oh, have you heard of this game? And I'm like very enthusiastic about recommending it to other people. I feel like even if the graphics aren't up to par for some people's standards, right? Bad graphics sometimes really adds to the atmosphere. I don't know. I feel like that's also that's why there's like a rise of like old PS1 looking games resurging at the moment. And it's slowly coming back, which is nice, honestly. Like, people underestimate that you can do some really good games without needing really fancy graphics, right? Like, hell, even just something simple, like if you want to tell a story, then people underestimate the medium of visual novels as well. I mean, maybe I'm biased because I like visual novel, but you know. The medium in of itself, when done correctly, is really great. And I know it's been memed to death, but like, Higurashi, for example, is so good. I don't think I'll be honest, I don't think I've ever like finished watching the anime because I was way too young at the time and I was scared. I read it though. I read it because that was easier for me to do. I think it's the whole thing where I'm also too scared to play certain horror games, right? I never finished Stray. See, that's the thing. If there's too much scary visuals on the screen, I can't play certain games. I don't know why. Scaredy cat. But either way, that's why I had an easier time reading Higurashi rather than rather than watching it. Like, being able to just read the really weird stuff that's happening in it is definitely a different experience compared to watching gory, weird stuff happening on screen, right? Hi, Gumi. What's up? Welcome to the stream. Welcome to my... You just joined in on my TED Talk about video games and me being scared to play horror games. Oh, man. That reminds me of one instance where I was really super excited about, what was it, Tokyo Ghostwire is it called. I still really loved the game, but I was never able to play or finish it. So what happened was Blade got the game instead and streamed it for me. So he was basically my vehicle for games like that, where I'm like, I'm too scared to play them. Please play them for me. I feel like it's weird. I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one who has that, but I even get scared of Minecraft sometimes. So I remember back then when we had our own server, before we all kind of stopped playing because of time and stuff. I think we all just kind of fell out of the game as well. But Minecraft scared me so much when I started because of Enderman, and funnily enough, the squids scare me. I don't know what I think it's the mouth. You know how squids have like this weird mouth underneath their legs? And that part scares me compared with the like cube graphics. That's terrifying. Like I could never go near the water because of them. And I remember a time where my friend Niji, my RL best friend, she like she purposefully put like a pool of squids behind me and said turn around, and I turned around and screamed. Bro, also had a friend where we were playing Terraria, and I was too scared of the worm because okay, listen, I have a really horrible phobia of worms because of certain reasons. And a friend of mine in the past, when we played Terraria, that's why I kept staying at the base. I kept building out. I was basically responsible for just building homes and decorating and stuff, right? I occasionally went out, but only in like the jungle area, but never in the area where the worms were in that game. And oh my god, at some point this guy spawned this, there's a boss that you can spawn or trigger, I think it was like a mecha worm or something, and what it spawned and it appeared right on the base, and I screamed so hard that I had to close my game. Oh my god. I will never live that down. Minecraft has those cave noises. Yeah, especially especially when you're near a spawner and you hear those weird ass like the spawner noises from the monsters. Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. I'm glad we can handshake on that, because I that's the whole reason I would never be able to leave the base in Minecraft. I just stick there and build. That's my whole purpose, my sole reason in that whole experience. At least when someone's too lazy to build something, I can at least offer and be like, "Hey, I'm here anyway the entire time. Let me do that." I'm like obsessed. Okay, that sounds weird. I'm like obsessed with trees, right? I remember very vividly how one of my bigger projects in Minecraft was me building this huge tree inspired by Yggdrasil, because I love I just love Yggdrasil as a concept. Okay, it's yeah, and especially I'm not sure if you know Smite, maybe the game where it's a MOBA game where you play gods, and back then I played it pretty religiously, among with League of Legends, and there's a character called Ratatoskr. I remember him. He was my favorite assassin. And the thing that I remember the most was from, I think it was his splash art. It was one of those things. But it was either his splash art or someone else's, but there was a visual of Yggdrasil that to this day is still my favorite, because it's like this huge ass glowing tree, blue with like purple, black, blue night sky, and it's so pretty. It's still, I remember for the longest time it was my PC wallpaper, because I just really loved the vibes it had. Smite died. Yeah, those were super prominent back then. I I remember I played Smite so much. Like my favorite characters. Yeah, right. A Tosker. I really loved him. I loved the way he plays. I loved being able to jump really high. I'm not playing anymore, so I don't know if they changed any of their mechanics. But I love when you use his ult and jump into the sky towards the tree, right? And then you jump down and then you kill. And I remember, was it Ratatosker or was it another? I forgot. Scylla, I think that was her name. Scylla. I don't remember who it was. I like characters where you have the ult, and if you kill someone with your ultimate, you can attack again with the ultimate. It's so satisfying. I also really like. Oh God, what was her name? Nua. I really like Nua because I remember when someone got away and they're like so low in HP. I think was it Nua? It's gonna bother me if I don't know, but I really loved her because when you used her ultimate, you can just kill people when they're low on HP and they can't get away unless they teleport back to the base in time. And that was always so satisfying in arena. Just watch them squirm and then you just see the ultimate go off and boom. Oh, hi Phoebe, what's up? Good luck with the dishes and enjoy your coffee. Thank you so much. Thank you for all the kind comments in general about my avatar. I really tried hard on figuring out how to work things out on my own. I did have to rely on a couple of guides online in the end, but I did really want to go through the whole experience of learning things. So I really appreciate all of the nice comments. Thank you. Never got into Smite. I didn't bother with it. Oh, that's fair. Yeah, I remember I never really had friends to play with either, so I only played by myself. At some point, I remember I got one of my school friends to play with me, and he loved playing Sobek the alligator. I remember when there was a game called, I don't know, oh wait, what was it called? It was a 3v3 game, and it was basically a small scaler like lane game. You had one lane and a shared jungle. So there's two people who have to defend two tower. Was it two towers or one? I think it was one tower and then one base, right? Those are pretty quick games. He played Sobek, I played Aphrodite. I really like Aphrodite's gameplay of being able to attach to someone. I think that's also that's very healer, right? Being able to attach yourself to someone, support them, that kind of deal. Because I know Mercy from Overwatch does that as well. Joust! I think you're right. I think it might be Joust. Yeah. Great. You have a great memory. Damn. Because I couldn't remember. I remember it was a single lane. That's it. He played Sobek back then. And I played Aphrodite. I don't remember the enemy team, but I remember some of them were rage quitting. That's the thing. I think there was Wukong in there, but the way it went was, you know how Aphrodite can attach herself to someone, right, to support them and heal them with the free ability? Because the birds basically act as both as a dot if you aim it at people and also as a heal. And I used items to make sure that the healing is even stronger. So what I did was I attached myself to my friend who played Sobek. He went in and I adjusted myself and pretty much just stunned the enemy and then used my free to apply the dot. And he harassed them while I did that. And the enemy team at some point rage quitted. But I remember Wukong because he was a pretty good player and he also didn't quit. And he was really nice and at the end just said, "Hey GG, that was a pretty good tactic." And it was like, man, you don't really see that a lot in MOBAs, huh? Oh, you googled it? You know, yeah, Google knows best, I guess. But Geez, it's so rare to see like nice people in MOBAs nowadays. I think those are my favorite experiences though. Playing with people who are actually like, hey, good winners or good losers, that kind of deal. Where it's like, hey, GG, without being toxic, right? I think that was one of the reasons why I stopped playing MOBAs was I couldn't deal with how toxic they were. Pretty sure that a lot of people have the same issue, right? So, don't mind me. I'm just gonna drink real quick. Coca-Cola? Ha! Yippee! Whenever I meet a nice League player, it's a scientific discovery. Honestly, out there in the wild, you see the League player. They're Homo sapiens. We also call them a toxic cesspool. But yeah, I can't do the documentary voice, but it's honestly always super refreshing to just meet nice people online without worrying, right? I used to be a mage in Overwatch chat. I know a friend of mine who's exactly the same way, who purposefully tries to be annoying. That's their whole purpose. He's also one of the most resilient people I know. Like, I remember because we frequently play FF14 together, whatever. It's like sometimes we play treasure maps, stuff like that. Um, he hates PvP, right? But he still does it for the rewards. Same for raiding, savage raiding, stuff like that. There you go. I wish I could narrate like David Attenborough. I feel like that's, yeah, that would be so cool. That's like narrating in a way like that is a talent in of itself. Like you need that flair, that professionalism, which that's probably why I am failing to do it. Also, I spent so much time rendering the files. I'm so sorry. I got carried away talking about games that I was like, oh, I've been rendering these files for quite some time now. I should probably get going. Um, I'll get back to them at some point. So I'll just do the belly over here again. Are there still treasure maps? Last time I played, I was in Shadowbringers. Oh yeah. They recently released a new outfit, and that's why people have been doing treasure maps again. We're in patch, what was it, 6.5, 6.51, 6 point, is it 6? Hold on, now I'm curious. Hold on. I want to see. But Final Fantasy 14. Oh, has been nominated for the Game Awards. I did. Oh, that's cool. Congrats. Oh, yeah, patch 6.51. Yes. Oh, there's also November 8th. They released a invite friends back callback campaign. In case you're interested, you get rewards for inviting friends to the game, right? But yeah, they recently released a patch that has really cool rewards because I'm not sure if the mount was something that was already there, but it was the first time I saw the fire horse mount drop. But there's also the really cool gear. It's I think it's called martial artist gear. If you want to Google it, martial artist set that you get from the treasure maps, and it looks so good. Just for casual outfits, if you're into that, it looks so good. is at least impression is at least decent, hey, I mean, brag all you can. I feel like that's super cool. And being able to do impressions, I think, is a hidden talent in of itself, right? Being able to change your voice and alter the nuance of it in a way that feels like, oh, holy crap, that sounds like that, right? It's great. I admire that. I wish I could do that for D&D, because every time I speak my characters, I default to my usual voice because I don't know how to do. I mean, I can do Arnold Schwarzenegger. I remember I played Monster Road Trip with my friends, and I loved voicing Noodles because I just did, hello, I'm Noodles. Would you like to buy my wares? Noodles like Austin. I can't do a British accent for some reason. I'm really struggling with that. I can do like those like Arnold Schwarzenegger ones, mostly because I remember watching the movies when I was younger, so maybe it's because of that. Who knows? I have no clue. It's just my game theory. I might need to go back to FF14. Honestly, yeah, give it a try. I know a lot of people have been kind of vocal about how they didn't like the post patch, but don't let that deter you. Like, form your own opinion and see how you like it. Personally, I enjoy it. It works well, and especially if you are a fan of FF4. Was it FF4? I don't remember. Yeah, but either way, if you're a fan of the older FF games, then you'll see a little callback here and there, which is nice. I mean, something I've been also debating on doing, now that I'm mostly at home because, yeah, long COVID. I have long COVID, unfortunately. Is I was planning on doing an art party again. I remember I did one so many years ago. What was it? Was it 2020? Yeah, around the time. I remember I did an art party at the guild house, or FC house as we call it in FF, right? I like saying guild more. I don't know. It feels more adventure-y, right? I was planning or wondering if I should do one again, so I can stream and draw all of the characters I see. I'll keep you updated if you're interested on just being like there and hanging out with people. Let's add dimension to the tummy. But yeah, I think I haven't been to an art party in so long. I kind of want to go to one again, but I don't know a lot of people who play on Chaos. That's the only unfortunate part, because I play on European servers. The Europeans. The Europe servers. Europe mentioned. Wow. I'm a fan of casual outfits and MMOs. I need my plate armor. Oh, then you'll like the PvP sets. I know that Crystal Conflict has those really like chunky as armor. You may not be into the more the recent thing they added to PvP was like these streetwear looking ones, but they also have a decent amount of like just chunky armor in there. There's also the tombstone gear, I think, that looks very much World of Warcraft. They have those rings in the back. And they look a bit weird. I remember every time a friend of mine sees them, she's like, oh god, they're so ugly. But they have huge shoulder plates, so if you're into it, then that might be something for you. They look pretty cool otherwise, I think. I think also the raid gear has pretty decent chunky armor plates as well. Even the Aglaya one, the Alliance raid of Endwalker, has pretty cool gear. I think my favorite's definitely the Aglaya one, even though thematically I'm biased because I will forever stand Menfina, but I like the second tier a lot. I forget the names. I haven't been as active during that the patch cycles because I've been mostly focused on just IRL things. But the uh the second tier, right, with Ice Lady and Nature Lady, Big Booba Lady, the Big Booba, Nofika, Big Naturals. Yeah. I'm in Europe as well, but I used to always play on NAN servers. Oh, is it because of friends? I think I always started on Europe servers because my internet back in the day was so much worse. I mean, it's okay now. My friends suggested I should get an extender, and then Blade was like, "Yeah, you should buy one." I was like, "All right, fine, I'll get a Wi-Fi extender." So I got one. Hooray! It's definitely a lot more stable now than it used to be. I used to disconnect so often, just for really random reasons. I think if there's one thing that I noticed with the recent things that's been going on in FF14, I'm not sure if you heard of the Fall Guys event. I'll be honest, a lot of people have been complaining because of the netcode, but I have so much fun. I feel like if you just do it casually and aren't aiming to get the title, which is King Bean and Queen Bean, then it might be something for you. It's just really just chaotic fun, and that's it. And I miss that about games, just being plain, simple fun. You don't have to try hard everything. Sometimes, I mean, I do try hard for fun, where I'm like, oh my god, I could get the crown, but at the end of the day, it's still fun. But I feel like because of the event, the netcode or the internet has been super laggy. Like, I'm not the only one who's experiencing the lag. Like, even Blade, who has normally really good internet, right? He struggles really badly at some points where it's like, oh my god, this attack was super delayed. Or like a friend of mine as well, she has like huge troubles. Like last time, yesterday even, when we did expert roulette, um, she couldn't even leave the dungeon because she kept disconnecting. And then when everything finally stabilized, she couldn't even walk out of the dungeon. She had to auto walk out. So there's definitely some issues with the internet going on for sure. With the servers at least. And I think it started with the Fall Guys event. Like the internet issues. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that was the first time I've seen that happen on someone else, so that was interesting. But at least reassuring to know that I'm not the only one who's struggling with the internet, right? Yeah, there's a Fall Guys event. Like, it's crazy. You can get some really cool rewards. But again, since you said you're not a fan of casual gear, the set that you get from the Fall Guys event is definitely more casual. But you get a really cute minion. You get the penguin minion, but there's also the Fall Guy minion, which I think is just called Bean. Is it just? I think something Bean. But yeah, it's super fun. I feel like if you don't care about tryharding, then you may really enjoy the Fall Guys event as well. I need to get big into it, but I haven't seen any, like, I don't know any reason why I should do it again because I pretty much got all of the rewards at this point. I mean, I can also just do it because you do get a different kind of currency, but you also get MGP for doing the Fall Guys event. So every time you spam it, even if you lose, you get a decent amount of coins for doing it. So even if you don't care about the gear and stuff, you still get MGP. And honestly, that's great. I love that. That's something I keep gushing about when it comes to FF14. Like, every time they implement something, it may have issues, and they try to correct it at a later point. But I like that it never gets stale, and they don't get comfortable. And it's always like, oh, there's something new going on, let's try it. That kind of thing. And I love that they experiment with things. Hi, Blaine. Actually, have to get into it then. Yeah, if you do, let me know. And let me know how it goes. Like, honestly, I don't know. I know people get annoyed, but it's fun. It's dumb fun if you're into that. It's the best way to farm MGP right now. Yeah, especially since the queues are so fast. If you're lucky, you might. There's instances where some people get thrown into a singular player like queue, and they're the only ones in the area, and they can try and win, so they can just take their time. I mean, not entirely take their time. I know there's like a countdown still, but you don't have any competition to worry about. I do love the animation that you get from doing the Fall Guys event. You can get the emote, the victory emote, and it's so cute. It's so precious on Lalafell as well, but honestly it looks great in every race. I think it's mostly because like I see Lalafell and it's like, oh, you little baby, you little precious thing, you. I know I shouldn't infantilize Lalafells, but come on. They're so doll-like. I just wanna squeeze them. And gosh, I know that oh wait, my throat. Hold on, let me drink real quick. And I'm back. I've been drinking cola. My parents recently got cola because there's some relatives that are coming over on Saturday again. So, oh shit. I should probably mention that to you, Blade, huh? I feel like it'll impact us the most since Saturdays when we'll have our straight fry it session again. Session 3! Yippee! Phoebe is actually the person who's editing this time, so look forward to it. He's been editing session 2 as well. So please go watch it once it's up on Monday. But, right, the thing I wanted to mention earlier is I honestly I'm obsessed with the variant dungeons. That's one of the more that's the newest stuff that they've added since Endwalker. Because the variant dungeon allows you to explore all of these kind of different dungeons and experience different routes. And you can uncover so many like secrets and more lore, and it's so cool. It encourages for exploration. It's also really funny. Sometimes you have to do really weird emote combinations to get certain things like secret bosses. It's definitely interesting. But it's one of my more favorite contents for sure. I think I remember the variant dungeon I liked the most was the Silky dungeon. It was just like visually pleasing, and I like the variation in the different routes because they all look different, right? I mean, they all do in all of the iterations we've gotten so far. But I do like the bosses as well, even the private the secret boss as well. So if you're into exploration stuff and you haven't tried out the variant dungeon yet, try out the variant dungeon. So good. I don't think it's story locked. I remember a friend of mine was able to unlock it even though they never finished Endwalker. So correct me if I'm wrong, if I'm misremembering things, but oh wait, no, you have to finish Endwalker, was it? But you don't have to finish the post-story patches, I think, was it? I think so. So I think you do need to be level 90. So you need to have finished MSQ and then you can do the variant dungeons. But again, just correct me if I'm wrong. I might just be Delulu right now. Coca-Cola. I think you only need access to Charlian. Maybe. I mean, I'm not sure, but I do know for a fact that one of our friends could join us despite not having been up to date with Endwalker. So there's that. Alright. I've been sketching, or not sketching, I've been shading for a while now. I think, yeah, I'll finish up with the hand and then move on to the hair. So I feel like while talking, I just kind of zoned out and kept talking. And I didn't even notice. I feel like I'm already done here with the skin. Let me change the playlist though. So just give me 1 second. Been listening to this one on repeat for a while now, so might want to change it up. But honestly, I've just been talking over it, so I'm not sure if that even matters. But, you know. Still. Alright. Oh yeah. So you have to finish base Endwalker at least. That's fair. So long as you have finished the MSQ, you don't have to do the post-story patches at least. So, yeah, there's that. Oh wow, lyrics? Damn. I think the thing with the post MSQ thing is I think that's also how you unlock Island Sanctuary in the game. If that interests you. Are you into farming? Then maybe you're into like literal farming, not gear farming. I mean, it's kind of the same thing considering the stuff you gotta do in Island Sanctuary, but if you want your own island and want to decorate it and have animals and stuff, then try out Island Sanctuary. It's also something you can unlock only after you've finished Endwalker. But yeah, there's a ton of new stuff now compared to Shadowbringers. Yes, it's in hindsight now that I think about it, yeah, it's a lot, but don't let that overwhelm you. At least a good thing about it is you can take all the time you want with the game. It's not gonna go anywhere. I think the only thing that really has a time limit is the event. Because I think the Fall Guys event ends around the end of December or something, like before the Tokyo Fan Fest, the Japan Fan Fest. Correct me if I'm wrong, just to make sure. But you can at least do the Fall Guys event if that really interests you and you want to get like the rewards and stuff, or just want to plainly farm any of the MGP related items. I do really appreciate that you can gain MGP and tokens just from losing as well. You don't have to win. Right. Oh, let me add shading here as well in the eye. Next expansion isn't coming out until summer anyway, so true. Yeah, all the time in the world. Yeah, the next expansion is a beach episode. It is our beach episode. Get your swimwear ready. Get your bikinis. Get your swim trunks. Get your speedos. Honestly, super excited for it. we're on a boat. If you haven't seen the trailer yet, I think you can watch it without worrying about spoilers. Because I know a friend of mine hasn't been caught up yet, so he has watched the trailer and was fine afterwards. There weren't any like unexplainable things that happened where you need to be caught up, right? So you can just watch the trailer and be like, oh, that's cool, I'm excited. To be a little bit darker. But I think what I like about the trailer itself, the one they've shown for Dawn Trail, is that they keep teasing about the female Hrothgar, and we hear a voice at some point, and that is definitely not Alfino or anyone. Oh, you watch the trailer? Okay, cool. Yeah, there's this voice in the background that we hear, and it's like, that is not Alfino. That is not Erenvel. That is definitely someone that we haven't met yet, and it has to be the female Hrothgar. I'm so excited to see the female Hrothgar, honestly. I'll go on one knee. Points, furry. Add a bit more flair to the shrine here. Got himself a buff Remroth girlfriend. Me safe. There you go. Alright, let me add the blush. Actually, I forgot about the blush. There. Does it look weird? Come on. There. Now I'll make it a bit redder. Redder? Alright, now moving on to the hair. That was the skin. Oh, wait, I should probably do Clove's skin as well while I'm at it, actually. I haven't done his thing yet, or at least not as detailed. Probably don't need it as detailed because he's a chibi, but still. Yeah. Add a bit more depth and then we can move on to the hair. Honestly, some people have been speculating on whether Alfino is gonna show up older, and that's why we don't see him properly in the trailer. But then, at the same time, isn't Alice his twin? Wouldn't she have the same thing going on? And wouldn't that also ruin the whole bubble theory that the devs have given us? Like, they're stuck in a bubble, like a time bubble, so they can't technically age up. Like, I'm not a big fan of the whole time bubble thing. So I prefer having at least a headcanon of, oh, it happened in a span of like 2 years or something. Like between the patches, right? The game expansions. Makes the most sense. I think it's also because, I mean, I do remember the mention of, I'm not sure who it was. Someone mentioned that they're not doing it because of the entire, like, the amount of text they'd have to change. But I mean, they don't necessarily have to reference anything like that. I don't know. I just the whole time bubble thing is so weird since the whole Simpsons thing, right? Oh, I should give him a blush as well. He doesn't have any blush. Let me pick it from here. It's like I can't possibly fathom that everything from A Realm Reborn to Endwalker happened in a span of a month. I do not believe it. I will refuse. I refuse that. That is so weird. That's an exciting month. Holy crap. Alright. Don't like the hair strand being a bit too visible over here. There we go. Oh, I guess his eyes need a bit more depth as well. So I'll do that real quick. Just color pick from here. There. I'm excited to see what they're doing with the upcoming raid with the FF11 collaboration. It's like, I wonder how they're gonna combine those two. Like, if it's gonna be if it's a shared canon, like, is it going to be a story that's gonna be revolving around both games? Or if FF11 itself is an entire shard in of itself. That's not my theory. I just know that someone said that it would be cool if, I don't remember who it said. That's the thing. I don't remember who it said, but they're like, oh, it would be cool if FF11 was an entire shard of themselves, right, in of itself, and that's pretty cool. Not sure if they'd have to retcon something, but I mean, it's a possibility. Do you guys only play FF14? If you mean as in online games, I'd say so, unfortunately, yeah. I used to play, Overwatch, but not anymore. I used to play League of Legends. Also not anymore. I used to play, I used to play Smite. That's also been quite some time now. But yeah. I think the one thing that I remember playing, what was it again? I need to check. It was like I played it recently, come on. It was a recent game that I played, and I tried hard to crap out of it because I was like, damn, I really like this character. I wanna get this character, but hold on. And now I wanna Google it. Alright, It was ah. No, come on. I had it literally just a second ago. It was like League of Legends football. All right, League of Legends football, and that's it. I don't remember anything else. Ah, something something kicker. Uh, Omega Straight. Thank you. This was driving me crazy. I kept googling kicker, and I was like, no, that can't be right. But yeah. Also, Blade, I forgot. I should give you moderator rights, so you have them now. Because I was like, wait, I forgot something important from yesterday. Oh yeah, I'll just give you that. There you go. But yeah, Omega Strikers, thank you. It was one of the more recent games I played. And it's actually fun, but also the matchmaking is a bit weird because you can get matched with people who've played for multiple hours, and if you're new, then you're kind of screwed. I do remember playing that game because I really like this one character so much. I forgot his name as well, but he's like the newest one. The orange, was it orange hair? The orange haired guy. And man, I remember I was try harding the shit out of the game. I was like oh yeah, shit. Damn. I think that's a bot. Hold on. Let me clean up this mess. Oh, yeah. Oh, thank you, Blade. Thank you. Yeah, I think there's something going on here. Right, there we go. Namaste, namaste. That's some weird cult thing going on, I think. I was busy Googling, so I didn't even notice. Thanks for letting me know, though. Or at least, as long as as soon as I saw it, I was like, oh, okay, that's weird. Right, let's give him his dot on the nose. But yeah, that's the only game I remember playing. One of the recent ones, online games. Um, I know Blake plays Halo, but unfortunately, I feel like the only online game I do play is FF14. I think I stopped playing more intense games because of, again, as we spoke earlier, the tryharders, right? Not a big fan of that. Also, what? Let me hold on. Let me just change the music. I'm not feeling it. I think he plays both, but correct me if I'm wrong, Blade. I don't like this song. Oh, I wonder if this. I wonder. Nah, I'm pretty sure their games are copyrighted. Their games, their soundtracks copyrighted. So I won't play that. I do think the Mars Sky songs were okay. The Boyfriend Dungeon OST I was playing yesterday. So maybe I'll just play that again. Feeling something else. There you go. cool. Yeah, he plays the games. I just watch. There you go. So you dropped it. Oh, that's a shame. I hate when that happens. But it's understandable. I remember I had the same thing with Exoprimal as well in the beginning. I was expecting more PvE rather than PvP. I mean, in a sense of like, I don't know, the way the game was like shown, I guess, wasn't exactly how it, I don't know, I was expecting it. I do think I saw people really praising the story, so maybe I'll pick it up, maybe I won't. Oh, Monster Hunter, yeah. Right, I think Clovis shaded. Maybe I'll do his hair first because he has less to work on. His hair small, so easier to shade. But yeah, I honestly don't think there's a lot of like online games that I'm actively following at the moment, sadly. So yeah, FF14 seems to be the only game that we all kind of share to play. Because all the other games I do like at the moment are also like only like solo player games as well. So not exactly something that you can play as a group, but I mean Coral Island's gonna get a multiplayer at some point. Do remember reading about it. Oh, there's also another Sims game, or a similar Sims game, where, oh, I just noticed there's a little bit of leftover from the sketching. There's a Sims game that's similar, like a competitor, I guess, Inzoi, which has multiplayer, supposedly. And it's kind of exciting because it reminds me a little bit of GTA RP. I honestly really enjoy watching GTA RP streams. There's one German streamer that I watch, Pandora, who does GTA RP, and I love watching it because it initially started with her like RPing as a joke character, but at some point the story got so deep that the character itself got kind of turned into a real character rather than a joke character. That was cool. I loved seeing the progress and the drama. I think it's the drama I was mostly interested in. Has way too much drama, but I feel like that's the point. It's like you're watching a soap opera. It feels like I like K-drama, so maybe that might be it. The whole like, oh my god, you cheated on me, that kind of thing. Although I guess it depends on who you're watching, because I know in the streamer I'm watching that her storyline are a little bit more subdued in a sense of it's more about uh her trying to find a place in this new area that she moved into. There was this whole really dramatic story where they got kidnapped and she lost her brother. It was like super dark. But I feel like that was what kickstarted a more serious kind of RP on her end. It's interesting, I think. It's interesting for sure. It's like I honestly didn't expect to like it that much. Oh, the blue is nice. I'll stick to the blue. Okay. And then I'll add more depth with a darker sort of blue. Wait, that's what people are in GTA? I can't say if it's the same for everyone. I know on on her end, it is definitely more of the like melodrama, but I guess yeah, it's different for others for sure. I think the RP server that she's part of is kind of strict in who they're accepting because they have the whole application process or something. And it's mostly German streamers who are in it. So they all speak German, obviously. But yeah. Any kind of Sarah would be sick? Yeah, for sure. I like that they put so much effort into the world they're building because I do remember one of the rules for the server that this particular streamer is part of is you should never be out of character. Once you log in, you are in character. You need to mute yourself if you're streaming and talking to your audience. If you're out of character, mute yourself. But otherwise, everything you say and do is what your character is doing in that GTA server. And that is so interesting to me. It's like you're actively partaking in a musical, kind of, I guess. Or not a musical, but you know, like a stage play kind of thing. So everything that you do counts as what your character is experiencing. So you can actually get arrested if you do something for like trolling and stuff. So they're really strict. They do have an active police force. You do need to get a job. That kind of thing. You need to pay for things. You need to actually RP out the way you buy stuff, that kind of deal. There are a lot of NPCs, or in quotation marks, NPCs that are actual players. It's fascinating. It's so cool. And I think that's why it's probably so cool to watch it. Because at times I just have it running in the background while I'm doing other things. Yeah, very much so. I do love how serious they take it. It's a different kind of vibe that you don't necessarily see in other communities, right? Because I did express interest in RPing in FF14 because it has a huge RP community, but I'm kind of terrified because I've never RP'd in the game before. Mostly, I mostly RP in like text format. I used to be part of RP groups in the past. Not so anymore because there's a lot of interpersonal drama that kind of scared me away. But at the same time, I think back then, since I was only a teen, and most of the other people were also teens, were moderating the RP servers, it was kind of bound to be full of drama, if you get what I mean. So yeah, I guess that just comes with the age. When you're a teen, everything feels dramatic. Once you get older, you're like, damn, that could have been so easily solved by just talking. That's just life. You live and you learn. But it's crazy. It's like I think that was like my first RP experience in general. It's just like, yeah, those kind of communities. And most of the time, since it's written, I never experienced something more like interactive like that. And I feel like the upcoming game, inZOI, if it really does allow multiplayer, could be something similar to GTA RP, but it would actually be like genuinely like, oh, a life simulator thing where, oh, you have to worry about eating and drinking, stuff like that. I mean, I think, oh god, yeah, I do remember there is a system in that RP server where you do have to buy food and drinks in order for your character to stay alive. So they do have like a whole like need system. So it is very much like Sims, like a life sim. So let me fill up my oiter. Guys, I need to drink. Drink. Actually, let me just mute. You don't need to hear me pouring the water into my glass. Oh yeah, for sure. Especially if the RP itself is more mature in nature. Like it has more of like those really like huge dramas, like again, like my really silly over dramatic example, like, oh, you cheated on me, that kind of thing. It's very soap opera in hindsight. Alright, let me enhance enhance the light here a bit more. Alright, and then we'll get to shading Maddie's hair. I think that's what is, I feel like, the most fun part about RP though, is seeing how the characters grow. Oh Jesus Christ, that scared me. Thanks for the subscribe. Thanks James for subscribing. Hi, welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining, and also thank you so much for the nice compliment. It was so loud on my ears. I didn't expect that. It caught me off guard. Hi, thank you. Oh gosh. Yeah, welcome to the stream. We were just talking about role playing and stuff. No, don't worry about it. Honestly, it was funny. I don't mind these kind of jump scares. Thank you so much for being here and for dropping by. And have a lovely day if you decide to do other things afterwards. But yeah, we were just talking about RP. Also, is there a white pixel? Am I? Huh? What is... Hold on. You see that, right? Here. What is that? Yeah. Okay. There we go. Weird. All right. There's always these little pixels that you keep missing, and you only notice them in hindsight. And I was like, oh, good thing that I didn't have to look too hard. But yeah, we were just talking about role playing and how interesting it is. Especially like GTA RP is so interesting. Oh, text format. Yeah. That's what I used to do as well. I used to RP in text format as well. So I never experienced like interactive RP, right? Besides D&D, I guess, right? But mostly used to text format. Monka dead pixel on monitor. Erased, eradicated. I'm counting that to my my KDA for my dead pixel count. Red Dead Redemption 2? I think so. I don't think I've heard a lot about those RP servers. like the only reason I found out about the German side of RP on GTA was because of the streamer I mentioned, Pandora. So because of her, I found out, oh, there's GTA RP. Interesting. And also, Call Me Kevin. Call Me Kevin also has some really funny GTA RP as well. At least Call Me Kevin's English. If you're interested in seeing GTA RP, I highly recommend watching any of Call Me Kevin's GTA videos. Dude, I love to play cowboys and insensitive war. I mean, I wonder, do they actually, in those RP servers, do they actually, like, play as cowboys and stuff? I mean, it thematically, yeah, it makes sense, but I'm just wondering. Oh, I just noticed their hair isn't properly aligned. What did I do? I'm scolding my past self for doing this, even though I'm pretty sure that I did try to make it look good. There we go. Kind of make it more smooth here. So I can do that there. Do you happen to have a Discord server? I have a Patreon server and I have been planning on making it public ? But hold on, let me burp real quick. I'm not burping until I mute my thing. Okay, sorry. That was the leftover Coca-Cola. But I have a Patreon server, but I'm planning on making it public under one condition, that I think supporters have their own chat channel and stuff. The thing is, I learned in the past that having a public server requires so much moderation, and unfortunately, I don't want to put people through the work of doing that, because moderating is an entire day job in of itself, and I don't think I can even like help or support the people who offer to help, right, with money at the moment. So it would be solely for me sharing updates and art. So yeah, I I think that would be a good compromise, because in the past I had one, but my gosh, yeah, again, moderating is so difficult. Keeping an eye on people and also making sure that, just to keep the harmony, right, in a server is really big. Especially considering how many different people there are, different opinions on certain things. Sometimes things can be taken a bit too far when certain opinions get shared. And I always worry about that, right? It's like, I don't want people to feel like they get attacked or something. Or someone getting a bit too emotional because of someone not agreeing with them. Or even like people who are solely out to hurt other people. Like, that's obviously really bad. But yeah, I'll think about it. I'll keep people updated. I'll keep you posted. It's been in my mind, especially since well, I'm here. I'm back. I'm back to streaming again after so long. So since I'm only at home at the moment, there's only so much I can do, right? But yeah. Besides that, right, I mentioned earlier I wanted to host a art party on FF14. So I'll probably try and post about it too at some point, in case anyone wants to like hop into FF14 and wants their character to be drawn. Then yeah, just show up at the house that I'll mention, or location, and yeah, you'll get drawn. I also really like art parties, just seeing everyone interact. and seeing the kind of like fashion everyone has for their character, like the glamour. I feel last time it was so fun, but I got so sick at some point. I got just like super exhausted and tired. I remember I had to dip out earlier than I expected. I can host like a stream as well during the art party, because I can try and stream the game, have it run in the background while I art. When did you stream last? Oh my god. Let's see. I think the last time I streamed was on Twitch, as a matter of fact. I was called Mua was taken. I switched to Mishoujo when I had a crisis, an emotional crisis, and then I switched to just Mua with another A. Okay, let's see. The last video was 5 years ago. 5 years ago. Oh my goodness. Oh my god. That's crazy. I didn't expect. Oh my god. Time is not real. I refuse to believe that time is a real thing. Holy crap, 5 years ago. It's crazy. Is there a reason why you start streaming on YouTube? I think it's mostly because there's certain things that bother me a little bit that I don't want to dive into when it comes to Twitch. You may already have heard about them on some aspects. I know YouTube's a bit stricter with copyright, but they're generally better in terms of the way they do copyright, right? Because Twitch just mutes you. Meanwhile, on YouTube, you actually have the choice to appeal for it, stuff like that. So, I know that there's different opinions on which platform you want to stream on, right? But, I feel like in this case, YouTube might be more my go-to at the moment. Also, yeah, I mean, most people have a YouTube account, right? So it's more accessible. I mean, nowadays, at least, I think most people have a YouTube account. Oh boy, I just noticed the weird hair strand here in the back. How did I do that? What? Scolding my past self again because what is this? Why did I do this? Okay, let me fix this. Alright. Damn, I'm so burpy. Ah! I'm trying not to burp on stream. I'm trying to be polite. I'm not as polite when I'm in voice call with other people, but you just hear me crunching and eating stuff. And burping. Okay, so, right, where was I? Art stream. Right, art stream, art party. Would be really cool. Would be fun. I'm planning on hosting one again at some point. So if anyone's interested, you are the first one to know. This is actually my plan right now. That I was thinking about, where I was like, that would be funny, that would be cool. People can show up in their best outfits. I mean, it is kind of limited as well. Yeah, you may have to data center travel or make an alt if you're on US servers or something. There you go. Damn. I was truly struggling there for a moment, trying to get the right word out. I do know for a fact though that there are people who use certain tools to make their character appear a certain way. So I'll keep that in mind, but I'm not sure yet if I'll do that, or if I'll just stick to vanilla looking content, if you get my drift. I'm not gonna say anything because Square Enix isn't very known to support those kind of third party things. Just, yeah, plugins and stuff. So that's always like a finicky kind of topic. Crime tools. Alright. I'll be honest, as a viewer, Twitch is 100% better. Yeah, that's fair. I mean, I'll eventually get back. Maybe. I don't know. I mean, yeah. I just figured that starting off, I'll start off here over on YouTube before I make any big decisions. Because it's more like something that I'm doing right now for fun, right? So I figured most people have a YouTube account. I have a YouTube account. I haven't used it in a while. And my Twitch has been kind of dead because as you heard earlier, I haven't streamed in 5 years over there. So it might take a while for me to revamp a certain bit there, but I'll get back to that at some point. Let's see. But thanks for your feedback. I'll keep it in much easier to deal with. Is it me or is the stream lagging? Oh! Let's see. Oh no, you're right. I think it is me. It's kind of ironic because earlier I mentioned that I have internet issues at some point, occasionally. It's definitely me, so don't worry about it. I'll wait for it to calm down. Let's wait. This is my waiting dance. Waiting dance. More like waiting jiggle. Tick tock. Yep, there we go. It calmed down. Or it should calm down now. Ah, it still says streaming quality is poor. Weird. Okay. It was definitely a lot smoother yesterday. Just let me know if it calmed down. I've just been kind of like sitting here waiting for it. Everything else seems to be fine, though, so I'm a bit confused. Oh, it could be that either of my parents are possibly doing something or streaming. Who knows? I did tell them that I was streaming right now. I'm actually still surprised that they're fairly okay with the fact that I am streaming. Possibly because it's like, I mean, I have nothing else to do. What am I gonna do, right? Oh yeah, there you go. It says stream health is back to normal. Oh, it's fine right now. Okay, thank you. Expect a bit of lag. I had a little bit earlier. I don't know why. It was fine for a bit, but... Let's see. If this keeps happening, then tough luck, right? Don't mind me. I guess while this is happening, I'll just keep an eye on it while I draw. Internet, the bane of my existence. Honestly, I really have to pick a good internet day if I do want to do that art party thing. Considering how much it's lagging right now, apparently. Just waiting for it to calm down. I mean, it keeps saying that there's issues, but I mean, let me know if there are. There's unfortunately not a lot I can do in this instance. That just means, yeah, bad internet day on my end. It's been fine for a few minutes. Okay. I'll take your word for it. I don't know why, but Streamlabs keeps saying, hey, you have dropped frames. You have a little bit of an issue over here. You know what? Let me click on it and see if it goes away. Oh no, now it's saying that there's issues on YouTube's end. This wouldn't be a stream if there aren't internet issues. No, not internet issues, but like technical issues, right? So it was okay the first few minutes. We had a good run, guys. We had a good run. Girl, help. White woman, save me. Please. There. I mean, if you're saying it's fine, then I'll take your word for it, but it keeps saying that it's having issues over here, but I'll take what I can get. If it's fine, then I'll keep rambling. But otherwise, I was like, oh, I'll wait for it to calm down. Maybe me being quiet will appease the gods over there at the servers who are currently messing with my internet connection. There you go. What was I earlier? I did talk about the crime tools, right? I know there's people out there who use certain tools to enhance their experience in the game, in the critically acclaimed anime game. I'll keep that in mind, but at the same time, I can't promise that I'll be able to use it possibly when I'm streaming. But I mean, I'll try and like ask in stream or just message and tell someone like, hey, can if you use tools, can you send me a reference or something of your character? That should count, right? That's technically not in the game. That's just edited Photoshop. Photoshop isn't illegal, right? That's fine. Alright, we're nearing the completion of the hair bit, which is good. I feel like working on the hair is usually the part that takes the longest for me. Because the last thing I'm gonna add is also a little bit of depth to it, so I'm gonna add more shading, but that should also be fairly quick, I think. We've been working on the skin and the hair for a while now, so I don't want to take up too much time on this. It's like it's weird. I remember the thing I was complaining about the most yesterday was how many strands of hair I keep adding every time I render out my pieces. And I keep saying, oh yeah, I'm pretty sure there's an easier way to do this. Shading, on the other hand, I don't mind too much. At the end of the day, the guidelines are already there. It's like a coloring book. If you get my drift. It's like, oh, just follow the guidelines, you'll be fine. That's how I view this. Even though I keep saying, I don't like coloring. I don't like adding strains, that kind of thing. That's my art pet peeve, I guess. Hair strands. I add too many of them. I think I don't even mind because we mentioned it earlier, I don't even mind like the random pixels on the canvas, because most of the time I find the issue fairly quickly. I just control and then click on the layer and it shows me where it is. But on more difficult things where it's like, oh, I can't find it, I just hide and show the layer just to see what changes. Then I know, okay, it's this layer. It's not too bad. I don't know. It's just it's tedious, yes, but better than having to draw it all over again, is what I say. And if worst comes to worst, just make a new layer and hide that pixel. That stray pixel. That stray triad. Which, I'm plugging it right now. Is, watch Stray Triad on Monday. Watch it. It's good. Very good. I do gotta advertise if I can. You don't have to watch it. Would be cool if you did, but, you know. Shy emoji. not the shy points in, points out emoji. No, points out, points in emoji. There you go. Hey, cool. So yeah, Stray Triad on Monday. Let's go. Oh, don't forget the credit blade, just in case. I know that you probably already have it all sorted out, but you know. I don't know, just throwing it out there. Go. That emote is so funny. And I remember there's also the cat emotes, which are my favorite. I'm not sure if they're also a YouTube thing. They're so cute. There's like a cat in a box or something from yesterday. But that emote is just pure anxiety. Yeah, I love the cat emote. So cute. Cats in a box. Are they like a YouTube thing? Or is that from a different, is it tied to something else? Is it a pug? Looks like a pug. Whistle is cheap. Holy crap, they got that dumpy. The trunk. That junk in the trunk, man. It's just YouTube. Damn, that's so those emotes are really cute. Right, almost done. Yippee. The base shading almost there. We're doing good progress, though. Yeah, I think this is it. Then I'll add the little bit of shading here, which is a little bit darker, just to add more depth to it. I could also, hold on, because I'm just color picking. Let me actually change the colors. That's too purple. Oh, this is good. So I'll just change the hue a tiny bit. I think this is fine. It's a bit like a purple-ish kind of hue is fine. I should get back to emote doing. Maybe that's one of the things I can put on my task list if I'm going back to Twitch. The thing is, I honestly forgot all of the features that Twitch has, so that's also something I gotta dive my nose back into. But I do remember I like the fact that there's a lot of emotes, right? The custom emotes are cool. Aren't they also like expanding the item, like the item slots, the emote slots, item slot? What? I wonder if I'm still an affiliate, actually. I remember, I was accepted as an affiliate on Twitch, but since I took such a long break from streaming in general, or like things in general, I wonder if those things are still holding up well. Or if I have to reapply, but let's see. I don't mind doing things all over again if I have to. Ah. Sorry. I'm sure you heard that. That was just me closing a window. And closing a window has this sound effect. I was just seeing if maybe by closing some tabs, it'll help with lag. And I had the stream details open just to make sure that I gave Blade the moderator thing. Didn't forget like last time. The more emotes you get, interesting, okay. That's good to know. So I just have to grind subs to get emote slots, and then I can spam y'all with my emotes. Cat themed stuff. Hi Spree! Welcome! Welcome to the art stream, what's up? I'm in the middle of shading and finishing up this commission over here. We're actually getting close. I'm just adding a little bit more depth to the hair. Yeah. Just making sure that there's a bit of more variety and color in it. It's a coloring book. Feels like a coloring book because I'm basically just filling in spots where I feel like it's needed. But we're doing good progress. I think the one thing though that I'm super excited for is, again, FF14 related, but the fan fest, because I hope we get to see possibly female Hrothgar. I want to know how they look like. I mean, they're obviously gonna look like Hrothgar, but you know, you never know if they're gonna stick to the whole buff woman thing or dainty woman thing. Considering how much they vary in concepts, I'm just really curious how they're gonna translate that over to FF14, right? And also, oh, the other DPS class, right? Because they have only shown off one of the melee classes at the European Fan Fest. I think that was the European Fan Fest, right? Yeah. I don't remember. Do they actually? It's right. The last time, right? It's titled an extended teaser trailer. So I wonder if the upcoming trailer in Japan is going to be the full trailer. Is that what happened last time? I don't remember. So yeah, I'm curious about the trailer as well. So much is happening. Jesus. And that's in January too. We're getting spoiled, damn. I do wonder if the release has to be delayed though. Or if it's actually gonna be released on the specific date this time. So I know they had to postpone Endwalker because of the issues with the Pandanini, right? It's hopefully gonna be worth waiting for, so it's not too bad. They always usually deliver, so I'm not too worried about that. I'm just wondering about like the effects or like the aftermath, right, of everything that happened prior, because I know for sure that they've been trying to recover what happened during that tough time. Oh my god, you're so right, the job action trailer. I'm excited. Right. I do want to play Scholar this time around, like for sure for the MSQ. I'm a sucker for Scholar. I think the last time I went to White Mage because it felt the safest to me. But I don't care what other people say this time, I'll stick to Scholar. I got scared of Scholar because of the way people were making fun of the sprint. But the sprint is honestly so useful. It's a free sprint. And a free shield. It gives you a shield as well. Not forgetting that. But they, honestly, I'm glad to see they have a lot more budget now. Because the way they portray the job trailers is so cool. Like, there's so much more visual effects going on. So many more visual effects at least. Compared to the older job trailers. It's cool. Alright. Just doing the roots here real quick, and then let's see how it looks from afar. But then we should be good to go. There you go. Hey, nice! Look at this. Take care, Gomi. Thanks for joining and just hanging out, you know. Glad to have had you here. Thank you so much. I'll see you next time. Actually, wait. I think I forgot here the thing. I think I forgot it here. I got too excited about finishing the other half of the strands that I forgot about the bangs. So I'll do that real quick. Fix it up. Fix it up, fix it up, fix it up. And let's see how this goes. There you go. And then over here a little bit, just in case. That's nice. Alright, I like it. Oh wait, over here it feels a bit lackluster. Maybe I can... I don't... I think I can add a little bit here. And over here as well. Why not? I didn't notice that I didn't add any shading over here. See? That always zoom out. Always zoom out when you're drawing. Otherwise this happens. I think this is fine now. I do think it's a bit too dark, so I'll go and lighten up the patches here a little bit. There you go. And one thing I do have to add as well is the light. But, actually, let's see if it works here. If I can just lighten up this piece and then add a little bit of yellow. Do it on both sides here. I did that with my avatar as well. You can't really see it because I'm wearing the Hello Kitty blanket, but yeah, a little bit of light here, and let's see if I can dampen up the light and just a little bit. Yeah. And then let's add a bit more highlight over here. I'll add the strands at the very end when I'm done though. I need to learn how to add more depth to my stuff without changing my entire art style. I do think that I like my sketchy... I mean, isn't it usually the case? Artists usually like their sketchy stuff more. That's just normal. Probably because at that point you haven't stared at your art for too long. But also there is a lot more dynamic lines all around. Right, let me add light here and then I'll switch over to making smaller highlights. Everywhere, like around here, here. Focus on the lines makes it feel more active and alive. Yeah. It's more rough, so it's like, yeah. Sketches usually look better. I don't mind the rendered look here. I don't mind that. I just feel like the sketch had a bit more personality. For the very same reason, right? Oh wow. Not sure if you heard that. That's always have this reputation of sneezing very loudly. So I always try to usually excuse it, but I mean... Oh, 1 second. My mom was asking if I was still streaming. That's sweet. She was just asking if I'm hungry. I said no, but honestly, I should probably eat at some point. I'll do that after I'm done. I don't feel particularly hungry. That's the thing. When you're sick, you don't feel hungry. I am trying to force myself to eat, don't you worry. I need my sustenance. There we go. Alright. You have the highlight here. Another thing I do wanna try is add a little bit of an overlay. And by that I mean is make sure that the face stands out a bit more somehow. Let's see. It'll look weird now, but it's mostly so you see like a little gradient here. I'm trying to do that more often, but I keep forgetting to do it. You'll see in a bit. And like I'm just basically painting over this entire thing here. And once I blur it out, it'll add more of a gradient, a shine. And CSP is lagging again. Okay, there we go. Yeah, it'll add a bit more of a shine over here. So I'm gonna do this here as well. And I'll blur it out. Blur it out. See? I mean, don't actually take my... I mean, if you want, you can take my advice if it actually makes things easier for you, but I wouldn't necessarily call myself a good teacher. I just do things where I feel like, oh, that looks good. I'll do that again. I do... Oh my goodness. Gesundheit. I do try to learn as to why they look better, but if it works, right? Whatever floats your boat at the end of the day. But this is how it looks. I'm sorry. His sneeze is so loud, but it's the time of the year where everyone gets sick. Okay, let me add a little bit more color on this side. And blur out this orange patch here. Yeah, this is how it looks. It's a little more like, let me do a before and after. There's more of a like a wash to it, I guess. Like a gradient. It feels more washed out, and I like the effect it has on the face. And afterwards, if I do the overlay, it'll add more of an effect there as well. So what I'm gonna do now is, let's see, I'll add the blue. It's more of a back shadow kind of thing. I don't know how to call it. Definitely don't come to me for technical terms. I'm not here to educate you in technical terms. I'm just doing what I feel looks good. Once again, you see I'm just a self-taught artist. I have no clue what I'm doing, but I'm doing it. Nice. And a little bit over here as well, while I'm at it. It's a foreshadow, maybe? It sounds wrong. There's probably a proper word for this type of lighting. Highlight? No. Whatever. Get what I mean. You see it. You see what I mean. There you go. Right. I think I'll add a little bit on Cove as well. Right, and we're done with the hair, which is the biggest hurdle on my end for sure. I am going to start adding highlight in terms of the skin, just since that's already done as well. Booba. Just very supple lighting over here. I just noticed there's a bit of shadow coming over, so I'll just hide that with the lighting while I'm at it. I just saw that the stream died for a second. The moment I went to the Fies, the stream was died. Bro. Fies literally too thick for life. I think I'm having internet issues again. Oh well. It's skipping a second. Okay. It's not too bad, I guess, but it's still bothersome. Really sorry about that, but unfortunately I can't do much about it. My internet just has its time where it's ovulating. It's being dramatic right now. Weird, even though with the extender, but I mean, hey, can always be lucky. Wait, let me add a bit of highlight over here. And then I think I can move on to shading the rest of the clothes. Let me save! Always save! And I keep forgetting to save, so I'll save. I think what I'll do with this here is I'll turn it into a multiply folder. And with the multiply folder, it'll be easier to shade the white part for me. The white part of the shirt here. Let's try to move more towards gray. Not too much. Yeah, like this. There we go, there we have it. We reached a checkpoint, and that checkpoint is the shading the clothes part here. Is this part. The booba part. This part is always the most satisfying to me. Because... not because of the very obvious reason over here, but because every time I reach this point, I feel like I'm closer to finishing the artwork and then seeing it in its full completion. And it's always satisfying to see the full the full product, right? The full artwork at the end. Always a moment of pride here. Wait, what? Oh my god, Lee, I'm doing the new XIV collectibles and they're having me make cat toys? Cat toys for the Mikote? Like, is it... oh my god, it's like that one time they put the Lalafell stool in the game and people were losing their minds. For better or for worse. I think it was funny. I mean, they keep making fun of Rogodans and Mikote and stuff, so... it's just another one of those instances where I don't really take the races serious. cat toys for cats living... Oh, a workshop? Really? Damn. That's cool. Cat toys. No, cat toys for Mikote. I refuse to believe otherwise. You need to keep your local Mikote occupied, otherwise they're gonna destroy your furniture. Sorry, that's just how it is. That's just how you learn. You live and you learn by taming your Mikote out there. Alright, let me add a little light. That's a microaggression for Mikote players? I mean, hey, I'm a Mikote player. Well, I'm part Lalafell player, I guess. I did start off as a Lalafell, so... There you go. And then over here as well. I might as well also do the top for Cove while I'm at it, since I'm already here. Nice. I think I should probably add a bit more of the shading on this side as well while I'm at it. Because... yeah, there we go. Just it looks a bit too flat right now. It looks too flat. Let me just add a little bit more shading. There you go. Nice. It's great to be paid for drawing your own OCs. That sounds so, like, sarcastic, but I really mean it. I think I can speak for most artists, right? Being able to draw your OCs and being paid for it is hella nice. It's a little bit over here, although I'll make it a bit darker. It doesn't really show up. Yeah, okay, I'll do it a lot darker. Now it'll show up. A little bit of layers here and there. More depth, more depth. There you go. I think I'll also darken this part just a bit more, and then I'll add more of a darker color for Madeline's top as well. Yeah, I'll do a clip layer. Let's see. Darker. There you go, now you can see it. Then I'll do the darker color underneath here. Just to add that little bit more oomph. That oomph. Honka Donka Ruse for the Honka Donka. The Bazoinkas. And over here as well. There we go. I'll definitely change the color more to something vibrant. I'm noticing it's a bit too dark and washed out, so I'll do that real quick. There you go. Nice. Alright. One thing I am going to do as well is add the little bit of washed out feel that I added on the top here, on the hair, and add it on the shirt as well. To make a proper transition at least of the top here. So compared to the lower half, it feels like not as harsh, I guess. Yep, okay. And then over here as well. I don't think I'll do that on the Cove Chibi because he's a bit too small for it to really have a big effect on him. So yeah, I'll just keep it the way it is now. Let's see. I think I'll move everything else back down here. Yeah, because I still have to shade this part. Just take the colors that Cove has and put them over here. Nice. Okay. Ah! Clip is lagging again. Please do not. And then, let's see. Yeah, I think I'll do the beats first before I do the red part here. So it's out of the way, out of my mind. I don't have to worry about shading that part. And hey! Already halfway there to finishing this piece. And I feel like that's a pretty good achievement. There you go. Also, you wouldn't believe it, but when I woke up today, I mean, I was obviously sick, so I couldn't really move out of the bed until I know that I can take my painkillers. But I for sure thought that my neighbors woke me up again because I mentioned them yesterday. They keep drilling all the time, and it's honestly so exhausting. I don't want to be the type of neighbor where it's like I'm just like getting upset and then go knocking at their door, right? I'm not that confrontational. You know the meme where it's like he says he wants pickles. I'm not that. I'm the one person who asks for no pickles, and I need someone else to tell them. But the thing was, I woke up and I could have sworn I heard knocking, like really loud knocking. I was like, oh no, what's up now? But no, thankfully that was just my parents. My parents were preparing food, so thank God. It was like a heart attack and a half. Like, please, no more drilling, no more of that. I just want to sleep. I just want to rest. I don't want to have to worry about a headache again. It's the worst part about it. It's like, it's normal to, it's okay if you like want to drill and stuff and want to work on stuff. That's a given that I'll be able to hear it when you're not able to usually do it, when you're usually have to work during the week, right? That's fine. It's another thing that I'm still sick and I really could use the sleep when I'm already having trouble sleeping. But yeah. It's another little tidbit of information here where it's like, oh damn. Your neighbors again causing trouble, huh? It's not the first time. It's been going on for a full year too, so it's like, oh, what are you doing over there? It's like a running gag at this point. Alright, okay, this is done. I think I'll move the... no, actually, you know what? I'll use this layer. Oh, I just noticed. I'll move the little bit of thing here away. There. And we're moving on to the cardigan, which is good. So I feel like I saw a couple of... yeah, there you go. A little couple of colors that were building up here and that I forgot to erase, but I can just hide them. I can be smart and just hide them. Work smarter, not harder, right? So I'll just cover this part up here. Man. Okay. Which reminds me, the Scott Pilgrim show is on Netflix now, so I'm excited to watch that once I'm done here and just rest up after this. Although I should also think about accepting the next commissions just so I can get through my list of Patreon commissions and make sure that that's out of the way as well. But I'll worry about that after I'm done here. I wonder what they're gonna change, or if it's literally just one-to-one the same as the comics or the movie. But, well, the movie did skip some scenes, or cut out scenes at least, just so it could fit into the format, right? So maybe we'll see a bit more characterization on Ramona, who knows? I did really like the movie though, so I'm sure that the series is gonna be just as good. It looked very promising already. I did like the one meme that was going around where they basically turned Scott Pilgrim into Monogatari. They basically put in like the music and the effects over it. It's cool, like the little cards every time they were speaking. I was like super fitting considering the theme. I do really like, I think the one thing I like about Scott Pilgrim the most is it doesn't shy away from showing you that Scott is a dickhead. Like, he's genuinely a terrible person, but you can't help but root for him because he's so earnest about it. Like, he doesn't even try to hide it. But Knives deserves better, for real. Always loved Knives. One of my favorite characters. And down here as well while I'm at it. Just a little bit of light poking through. Which reminds me, I finally got back this commission for Mizu, and I'm really excited to show it. But, unfortunately, it's not done yet. It'll have to wait. So, it's definitely in the process still. Once it's done, I'll show it off. I might do so maybe during a session at some point. It looks so cute though, I'm really excited. I always like, every time I commission something, I default to that one character. It's always that one character. I don't need anyone else. She is literally the it girl of my character list. Then again, I also feel like Mizu is that one character that I have a deeper connection with than all the other characters. That's a bit too blurry. Let's see if I can go. Yeah, there you go. But there's always that one character, right? In your list that you always get commissions from. And then you look at all the other characters, and then it's like, oh my god, you have literally no art besides that one art piece that I got you 2 years ago. Of commissions of Kiken and Kara. Okay, but listen, the difference is you keep debating which one to get, right? And you ask me for your opinion, like you ask me for my opinion. So, in my defense, you're always asking me, "Hey, who should I get a commission of?" For me, it's always the same. I don't even have to ask. I'm like, "Yeah, I'll just get Misu again." There we go. I'll do this part here a bit better. Do it better, makes it. There you go. Yeah. Shading the cardigan has been really pleasing so far for some reason. Hey, you don't give me that emote. You know, you sure as hell know that I'm through here. Like, right here. I think one character I do want to draw more is Fanarin, but at the same time, he technically doesn't exist yet. And I'm not even sure if he will exist, because you never know what will happen during a session, right? Because, hey, maybe something happens and it doesn't happen, because, I mean... Okay, the thing is, Fanarin is Mizu's son when she becomes a mom. And he will only exist under specific conditions, which I will not spoil. But I mean, hey, there's always alternate universes, right? But I did post Fanarin at some point on Twitter. I'm really happy with his redesign, because I feel like it encaptures his parents the most. And him as a character. As much as the long ponytail will be missed, I feel like it just didn't fit properly. I'm also, I'll be honest, more of a fan of short hair, so... Can't be helped. Can't be helped. It's just my bias. Okay. Moving on to the sleeves now. So we are getting closer to finishing up the cardigan part. Although I think I still have to do it. Yeah, I still have to do it on the... Have to fix the little bottom part here. Ha! Bottom. But man, I wish I could talk more about Fanarin, but unfortunately, there's there's not really much to say. I think I can talk about his idea, I guess, the concept behind him, but not how it came to me. But the thing is, he's a wizard just like his mom. And he's all similar to her constellation. Like she has, like his mom has like, you know, constellation themes going on. Even though she like stars and water. And for some reason I always associate her to cherry blossom water. But he's more like a black hole. Sounds so weird to say out loud, but he reminds me of like psychedelics and a black hole for some reason. Kind of appropriate considering the type of personality that he has as well. But he is very stoic. He's very... I mean, he doesn't seem it, but he is still like, what? 17 something? 16? 18? I don't remember. But he's still a teenager, so he's emotionally driven, obviously. So he has a lot of hormones that he has to he has to deal with, unfortunately. As well as his own self-imposed issues with his family. Although he loves his siblings, like, don't get me wrong. Fanarin loves his siblings. And he loves his mom. He's definitely a mama's boy. But he has daddy issues for sure. My favorite part about Fanarin though is he is very like... He seems very uptight, but he actually does care a lot about other people in his own way. And looks out for them. He's not very much a people person, but he's a family person. So he will always relate to someone if they have any issues with family and stuff. Otherwise, he'll just... Not that his dad don't try, though. He's not trying enough. He's not trying enough. Yeah. The circumstances of Fanarin's birth are... I feel like that's something I can't really dive into too much at the moment. But he wasn't exactly planned. That's his whole story arc. So there were instances where he doesn't feel like he belongs necessarily. And his powers sort of portray it in a way where he's a result of a circumstance, so to say. When I eventually get to Fanarin's story though, that'll be exciting. Because I feel like there's a lot of backstory and build up there that can only happen because of his mom. So I'll have to... Yeah, I'll think about it more once Mizu's story is getting to a point where I feel like, oh, yeah, that's good. Okay, one thing I'm gonna do is I'm possibly gonna add a little bit of texture here to indicate the sleeve part. Good so far though. Another character that I've been trying, because recently there's a new feat that was released, the Cartomancer. Another character that I've been wanting to port over to D&D is Oz, but he would be a completely separate character because he's from a universe of mine that's completely separate from D&D itself. But I do like him and his story a lot, so I hope that I can play him eventually at some point. He would be a completely separate guy compared to Mizu and Fanyarin, though. I don't think they'd know each other, so separate story. And I also shared a bit of the artwork I made of Oz on Twitter as well. Wait, let me focus on adding a bit of the light here. Make sure that I don't make any errors. There you go. Right. So once that's done, I can move over to... I think the shorts are the last thing I have to do, and then I think that's good. I'll call it quits here with the shading and just finish up on refining things and adding just a little bit more of tiny details. But I think the process so far is good, especially since I've been going for around like 3 hours now. Hehe. I'm pretty sure I can get this done today, so that's positive. I think it's a good thing. There you go. A little bit of depth on this side as well while I'm at it, because this part is bothering me. I think that should be good, yeah. Over here as well. Alright, so I wanted to add a bit of texture, I think. I remember saying that. But should I do it? Yeah, I'll do that. I'll do the depth first, and then I'll do the texture. So I'll add multiply here. Oh well, that's a bit too intense, but I'll worry about that in a bit. There we go. Yeah, I'll do this first, and then I'll worry about the colors because this is a bit too orange. Don't want this to turn into a tanning incident. Which honestly, considering this is set like the game that Madeline is based off from is in California, so kind of fitting comment, but not what I'm going for here. Oh, 1 second. There we go. And here as well. Man, I just miss a really good visual novel that I can just sink my eyes into. Or my mind to. I've been missing that lately, just reading. But there's not a lot out there that has been piquing my interest because I've been so into slice of life stuff at the moment. And a lot of the time it just doesn't hit the same way. It do be like that though. You have a game and you're like, oh man, I wish there were more games like this. Right, I'll add this bit here. Well, I'll have to adjust a little bit of thing here. Blur or something. There you go. Right. And then I'll change the depth of that, or the color, whatever. I don't like the color. Hold on. I'll do this first, and then I'll do that. This and that. Again, too overexcited that I keep ping-ponging between the things I want to do. We're getting there, we're getting there, we're getting there. Okay, and here. And then I think I can move on to color and texture. Actually, wait. Okay, now I think I can. Yeah, okay. Let's change the color here in the wheel and light up this piece, but also move the color wheel in a different area. Oh, pink's nice. Let's do that. And let's look for the thing I was mentioning earlier, the texture. Sleeve texture, there we go. I'll set this on multiply. And clip it. Actually, don't put this on clip. There you go. And over here as well. So if I do this right, it won't look as bad. So right now it's just black, but it'll add more depth, I promise. Hold on, let me liquefy this part here actually, because this is bothering me. Right, then I'll remove it. It's honestly something I should play more around with, but again, I keep forgetting. My forgetful eyes. Like adding texture to clothes. I'm just like, oh, I'm done, but no, I should add more to it. There you go. So linear burn, and then reduce the intensity of that. That looks nice. I think I should add that to the bottom half as well while I'm at it. This part here. And here. There you go. Wait, is that another... God damn, I have so many errors here, but good thing I'm noticing it now. Alright, but here we go. Now, I could technically do the same before I get to shading the shorts as well, like add linear burn layer to clothes and maybe add like a denim texture to it. Denim, there we go. I just have to actually make sure it looks alright. Damn. Yeah, I think that might... Actually, yeah, that's not too bad. So if I do, yeah, that's fine. Right, now I just have to erase this part. Denim. I'm wondering if I should add it to the cardigan as well, though. Probably, but we'll see about that. So far, so good, though. Bro, I'm like, I don't know why, but this is reminding me of the times I went to conventions back when I was younger. Seriously, I think the last convention I went to was when I literally turned, like before I turned 18. The last convention was an anime convention, that's it. I do kind of want to go to a convention again, but considering the you know, the thing, the ouchie ouch virus is still going around. It's a bit difficult to do so because some people don't wear like don't wear protection, you know, masks. So that's what I mean. I mean, same thing, I guess. But I remember there was an instance during FanFest where someone just didn't wear a mask for some reason and made a comic out of it. Like, holy crap, why? I feel like it's such a weird thing to make a comic out of. I guess they were excited, but oh man, not the wisest choice there is to do. I do think though that at least the experience itself is worth it, maybe? Like, not getting sick, but I'm talking about the going to a fan fest, even if there's like all these risks, right? It sucks that we have to think about all of these things right now. And like back then it was like, oh, not a necessary worry, right? But now it's like, oh, you do have to be more careful if you do want to go. Let me see if I can actually turn... Can I add a blue filter to it? I can, but it's not the right blue. Okay, hold on. Turn it darker. I think that's good. Although, it bothers me that the... maybe I can add a clip layer and turn the parts that aren't the white parts here. The parts that aren't the white parts here. On the color here... wait, I see the cardigan shading went over here. And see if I can change that, maybe? Oh, it doesn't work. No, it doesn't work. Actually, wait, no, it should work because if I go to overlay, hold on. Or maybe screen? Oh yeah, it's screen, okay. Screen kind of works. Not the right color though, but... Let's see, I think... Yeah, okay. Hey! That's the good thing about digital art. You can find shortcuts like this. Make your life easier. Well, there's a lot of things that still suck, like the program crashing, which, by the way, always save. I should save. There you go. Holy shit! Oh god, I thought it was crashing. Okay, yeah, always save. Okay. I think this is still okay. Yeah, if it's at least lighter than the color on the texture on the denim, then it shouldn't be too bad, right? It bothers me that it's literally the same kind of color on the texture, so I just want to lighten it up over here. And over here as well. Nice. Okay. I think I also do want to add a bit more texture on the skin as well, but let's do the cardigan first because I'm flip-flopping around again and I don't want to lose track of what I'm working on since we're already close to finishing this. Let's go to add the texture over here. Bear with me, I know this looks weird. So if I do this and remove all of the parts here. Actually, can't I just, you know what? No, I already started. I'll commit to it. I was like, maybe I could just clip it to the color, but then again, I want to keep all of my shading stuff in its actual respective folder. Which is honestly just one folder. It helps me keep track of things. I don't want to move things around just because I'm like, oh yeah, this could be easier. It's like, eh. Alright, fine. I'll do it like this. I'll do it the peasant way. Alright. I just gotta commit to this now. Oh, wait, no. It's the wrong... I need to erase the hair bits here. Right, and then here. Right. Let's see how this looks once I'm done. Although I need to go in and erase the parts at the hair as well. Inside it. I'm just noticing I did another error in the hair. There we go. Let me remove this there. Alright. Here's the texture. Let's see how this goes. So if I go to sub layer and change the color to, let's say, dark brown. Looks alright. Actually, yeah, I like it. I like it. Okay, I don't do this a lot, so I wasn't sure if I should stick to it, but yeah, I think if I stick to light brown, hold on. Yeah, I'm vibing with it. What does bother me though is the intensity of the shading, so I'll go back and fix that. Just turn the saturation down. There. And then I'll go back to the shorts. Okay, now it's the shorts. Now it's the shorts. Almost done. I think we are close actually. I just need to make sure I add the highlights, the skin stuff, and that should be it. Hopefully by then. Doing pretty well for 3 hours of work. I mean, if we consider the additional, what was it, 5-6 hours yesterday? I think it was 5. There. So my biggest worry though is that once I add the additional color correction on top of it, if it's gonna be too overblown, that's why I went back and changed the intensity of the orange on the cardigan. That was like, I don't wanna go back and have to change things around, but hey. If I got it, then I got it, I guess. We're getting slowly to the end here. I'm not happy with that, but I'll just put down a basic guideline for me, and then I'll work on fixing it in a bit. So at least I know, okay, there's the light. So far, so good. Oh man, that reminds me. Because I was talking about conventions earlier. There was one thing that is basically engraved into my mind. Because back in the day, when I still went to conventions before everything became difficult, was I went to this one convention where it was just anime, basically. There wasn't really a theme, just anime. And there was a thing where people put themselves out for auction. So like it was for a good cause. Like it wasn't like it wasn't a weird thing that people did. It was actually like, hey, we're put yourself out there if you're a cosplayer and people can spend money on you to like just hang out or I don't know, a date, whatever, right? If you wanna. If you wanna, you can. And I was sitting there taking a break with my best friend Niji. And my goodness, there back then free was so popular, and there was a two guys who were cosplaying as I think actually the most popular yaoi ship as well, which was Rin Matsuoka and Haruka from Free in their swimwear. People went wild. Like everyone else, like the people who that auctioned themselves off for the good cause were like, okay, they sold themselves. Okay, that sounds weird, but they sold their cosplay, like their character basically, for maybe like 60, 50, right? No, those two free cosplayers, they were sold for over 100. I remember people went like even Niji. Me and Niji were like super huge into free back then, and even she was like debating on like wanting to donate stuff because of how much she loved Rin. Or I think it was also Haruka because I remember she was a big Kuroko fan from Kuroko no Basket. That was wild. Damn. I remember their cosplays were also super good. That's the thing. They actually looked so good. They were like ripped, and obviously you can tell because they were only wearing their swimwear. One of my wildest and fondest memories, and I say fondest because it was so funny just sitting there and watching all those hands go up like, please, I want to donate. Compared to everyone else, it was just hilarious. I think those are the instances where I was like, I mean, it's fun to go to conventions, right? It's for funny things like that. Besides merch. I always wonder how artists manage their stands when they go to conventions like that. That sounds so stressful to me. But at the same time also so fulfilling, right? But it's probably really nice to just meet people in person and sell the artwork that you worked so hard on and have them go, oh my god, I've been following you for a while. And it's like, I don't know. I'm trying to put myself in those shoes. Like, that sounds pretty cool. But at the same time, considering I deal with social anxiety, it also kind of messes with me because it's like, oh my god, so much. How do you deal with crowds without getting sick, or do you just feel like sickly? I don't know. And they probably don't have to deal with it, maybe. And if they do, my condolences, but also, oh my god, you're so strong. Damn. I guess it's like a once in a lifetime experience I wanna at least go through. It's like being in those shoes of maybe helping someone out, like running a stand. I don't know. Because I don't really see myself having my own stand. Or like booth. I think that's what they call it, a booth, right? An artist booth. I remember when I went through those places during my time when I still went to conventions, is a artist was recording, not recording, but like live streaming their work. But also it was like connected to a monitor so people can actually like stay there and watch as well at their booth while they're drawing. It was pretty cool. It was a neat idea. Wonder how they did that. I remember I always have issues walking up to people though, so I didn't tell them like, hey, cool, that's cool. I always get too shy. It's weird, unless I know someone else is shyer than me, I always try to put on a brave face and be the brave one for them. It's like, I know I have that with one of my friends who's has difficulty, like even more difficulties talking to people. And then I'm like, oh shit, okay, well, one of us has to talk to somebody. I guess it'll be me. And we have to, like, I don't know, go out and order food or whatever. I don't know, right? And I always try to be the brave one, but oh my god, if once I'm at home, I'm like, how? Oh my god, I don't want to do that ever again. But yet here I am. I guess streaming's different because I don't necessarily experience all of the anxiety that I normally have when I have to go out and deal with people. Streaming's like safer, I guess. Feels safer. Sounds weird, but catch my drift. Just kind of blabbering while I try to finish this off. So I haven't been really focusing on anything else because I'm getting to the end of drawing this. I'm like, we're almost there, we're almost finished. Look at that. Look at me. I'm going, I'm cooking. There you go. Okay. I mean, it's alright. I'm not particularly... I think if I remove this part here, then maybe it'll be better. I'm not particularly feeling these shorts right now. I feel like if I just... okay, let's see. Hold on. Maybe I can fix this. I think it's because of the crease here. But then again, I already sketched all of this and lined everything. I should have thought about that earlier. You live and you learn. You live and you learn. You should correct things before it gets too weird. Okay. Man. Okay, 1 second. I need to drink. I have returned. Alright. It's like, I'll mute myself because first of all, you don't want to hear me chug my cola. But you also probably don't want to hear the me opening the bottle. Right. I think the lines here are a bit too harsh, so I'll work on that. Oh yeah, definitely a lot better. Alright. I think it was just the individual like stripes that were a bit weird. And I'll do the same thing over here. It's weird pocket flaps. Alright. Yeah. This should be it. I'll see if blending it does anything as well. Alright. I think that should be it. And then I can move on to adding coloring to the outlines. But I have a auto action for this, so it makes it easier for me. I've been darker. Let's see. Just give it a bit. There we go. That's alright. Let's mess with the saturation a little bit more. If I make it lighter, is that too much? I mean, I'll go over the faces a bit more. Wait, this looks okay. Alright. And then I'll add another. And change the eyes. Also, hi and welcome back. Sorry, I was too focused on getting the thing here done that I haven't even looked in chat for a bit. I got hyper focused too much, but look, we're almost done. Can you blame me? Alright. The glasses should be black as well, so I'll do that real quick. Another thing I like to do with this auto action is I use it, but I still go over the areas that bother me and just make sure that it doesn't look off. So I'll remove... Yeah, I'll make sure that the highlight's still there. And the same goes for over here. Just a little tip if you want to make things easier. So the auto action itself is actually a thing I got from the CSP asset page store, whatever you want to call it, right? So you can get it from there. I think it's just called auto color or something. And the only thing I did was adjust it a little bit to my own personal needs. So even if I wanted to share it, I can't because it's not technically mine, but you'll find it easily, I'm sure. Right, let me make the eyebrows dark as well. It bothers me when they're this color, but that's just how it is. And I'll add a little bit of wavy color eyebrow here. Nice. Oh wait, her eyebrows aren't colored in it yet, so I'll do that. Almost done. If CSP would stop loading all the time. Let me say, if that made me nervous, that scared me. Alright, I think that's fine. I'll make this lighter actually, just because I'm reducing the opacity here a little bit. Right. I think the texture thing's next. Right, so I'll do that. Where's my texture brush? There it is. Nice. Alright. And over here on the thighs. Would you look at that? You can't even really see it. It's just something that adds a little bit more once you notice it. There's just like, I don't know, pores. Sparkles. A bit over here as well. Right. I think I'll also fix up this part here because that's not proper. It's not the proper color for the top here. Blending too much in with the other colors. And that's originally black, so I'll do, or dark at least. Nice. And then the last thing before I do the color correction stuff is adding in hair strands. One of my favorite stuff is favorite things to do. There you go. English. Nice. I like how much it adds, to be honest. I should add the shine here as well, I just forgot. For the eyes. There we go. And back to strands. There. It feels so weird for me to do this because I usually do that on finished stuff, and I'll be honest, I haven't really done a lot of finished, like, rendered artwork yet. In a while at least, so it's almost odd to be back to doing this. But it's nice as well. It's not jarring or anything. It's just, oh hey, I'm doing this again. I'll just finish this part here up and we're good to go. Nice. Alright. I still need to do my color correction thing, so I'll do that as well. Before I can actually officially call it done. It's the overlay. Pretty good on time. And just as expected, it always takes me like, what, 8-ish hours to do a complete, fully finished, rendered thing. Okay, let's add the glow. With overlay here. Where the skin is. And the same to Cove. I do want to add a bit more fluffiness as well, but I'll worry about that in a bit. Let me add my gradient. Maybe I'll use this color palette. It's a bit too much, so it's a bit okay, hold on. It's a bit too soft, so I'm like, the vibe I'm going for. Maybe this is better. Give me a second. There you go. Yeah, it softens the face more. Nice. Okay, exactly what I was going for. Alright, almost done. So the last thing I wanted to do is actually go back here because I forgot to add my fluffy line auto action. So I'll add my fluffy lines here. Hold on. And additionally put over... First of all, let me rasterize this. I'll put over the colors for a softer look. And then I'll go over it one more time with another clip layer and add color dodge. Color dodge on the hair. Go over it with pink, maybe. Just a little bit on the edges here. And then I think I can call it done for sure. Just add a little bit more to it, I think. And on this side as well. And I think I'll also... Actually, wait. Almost done. Let me... Wait, besides that, put some color on Cove as well. I'll put a little thing over it called noise for additional texture and soften it just a little bit. So you'll see over here, yeah. Let me do a before and after. Before is this without it, and this after. And the filters as well are very subtle, but I like it. I like it. Okay. Okay, I think we're done. I think we're done. We are done. Unless I want to be extra fancy and add a background, which I mean we can. We can keep it simple and just do a little like silhouette in the background. Like this maybe. Let's do it like blue, like the ocean. And I'll put... Maybe I'll put... Let's see, if we can put clouds over it. Let's see if clouds are nice. Like a little gradient on the top. Where am I? If I put these clouds here in white... So it feels like it's more of a softer gradient on the top here. And... Actually, wait. Maybe I can use a different one. Hold on. A different cloud brush. Oh, like this one. It fills up the entire space, so I don't have to keep clicking. And also put an additional shader over it. Oh, not shader, but like shadows. Go over it with white again. Hey, okay. I will make this lighter though. Make it more blue. Where's my blue? There's blue. Alright, I'm not feeling it actually. I lied. I think, yeah, just keeping it white like this is probably better. Without the shading. Right, me add birds. Oh, I should probably put this on a different layer, actually. Where are my birds at? There you go. I like this was fine. Wait, maybe I can put the scale up for these. Where's my scaling? Brush shape, brush tip. There you go. Right. Doesn't necessarily work the way I want it to, so I'll just... What? Where are they? Where are the birds? Show me the birds. There they are. I see them. Okay. I'll just scale them up. Move this over here and then I think this should be fine. I want to keep it really simple, so let's see. I'll move over the birds a little bit so I can see them better. Alright. I wonder if a gradient would be nicer. Let's see if I have a... Oh yeah, here. Because I just used plain blue. And I feel like this adds more, yeah, this adds more to the overall feeling in the bag. Nice. Rotate. See? The hyper focus is real though, holy crap. Okay, I'm just like in the mode. Okay, here. I can't see the clouds, but maybe it's not too bad. I think that works. And then where are my brushes for additional effects though? Because I have this brush here that can add a bit more to the background. Oh, the particle size is huge though, Jesus. Okay. Yeah, like this. Just everywhere. And let's put this on add. There you go. Nice. Alright. That's the rough sketch. I'll put this all in a layer first because I don't like seeing all the clutter. Right. Hehe. I think we are officially done. I lied. We're not done. Hold on. I want to add more color dodge on this side here. And on the skin lower part here. And then we can call it done. On here as well. I do kind of want to... Okay, hold on. I'll be fancy. I want to put like an extra additional thing here. Because I'm dramatic. Just a matter of getting it right the first time. You know what? I'll take it. I'll take this. I'll just fix it. I can fix her. I don't want to keep going over this with the same kind of brush strokes, so... Make the smaller the heart's too huge. Ah, it's too huge! Alright. The heart doesn't look right though. Ugh. Okay, hold on. I'll go over it one more time. Or otherwise the heart's gonna bother me. There. Nice. Alright. And then I'll fix up this part over here. I think that should be fine. Although the bird looks a bit out of place now, doesn't it? Let's see if I can move the bird, actually. Bird's in the way. And I think now we're done. Look at that. welcome back, Korat. Yeah, I'm still streaming. I'm actually just about done, funnily enough. So you came around the time where I just finished up the artwork. I've been hyper focusing on it for quite a while because I was like, I'm so close to getting this done, and I am done. I'm glad. So I'll save it just in case. But here's the finished product. Very happy with it. Been a while since I actually rendered something like this. So yeah. Yeah. This is Cove and Madeline from Our Life, Beginnings and Always. I was commissioned to draw my character with Cove, so very happy about it. Very surprised with how well it turned out. I will upload this on Twitter as per usual, and there will be a time lapse over on my Patreon. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Very happy with how this turned out. Hold on. Alright, so since this is finished, I'll move over to just talking. Ah! Alright. I'm glad that we got to finish it after all. I'll be completely honest, my wrist was dying on me halfway through because I've been having inflammations. But, I mean, I survived it. I'll probably do some exercises to make sure that my wrist isn't completely dying on me. Like, I'm actually doing them right now. I'm just doing minor stretches. But, thanks for joining and just, like, dropping by and checking on the art, you know, whenever you guys could. Happy about that. Happy about the company as well. You'll see the full artwork on Twitter and the time-lapse on Patreon. And I did mention prior, I'll just repeat it, especially since you just got back as well, Kodat. I've been thinking of making the Patreon server public, but there will be limitations for people who aren't patrons, obviously. So it'll be like, okay, there's a Patreon-only chat where people can talk, right? And then people who aren't subscribed or stuff, they will only have access to certain artwork channels. Otherwise, yeah. It'll be otherwise a bit unfair, of course, for the people who are on Patreon, right? And also, it'll be less to moderate because, as I said, the moderation's difficult since I already had a public server, and that was really difficult, especially since I'm a people pleaser. It's like, I just want everyone to be happy, alright? Yeah, your pink status on. Exactly. So, there's that. There's also... I'm trying to remember. Also, I'm planning on hosting an art party at some point on FF14. And I'll be streaming that. So I can show people... not just like everyone's glam, right? Because that's the whole point of flexing your glam game on art parties. But also draw people, right? Yeah. I'll be going over details and stuff at a later date. But yeah, just it'll be updated. I'll keep people updated on Twitter. And yeah, I think that's it for today. Cool. We finished this in 2 days. Pretty successful run, I'd say. And I'm glad that things did work out, even if I did have inflammations before. But it'll be fine. I'll just do stretches and exercises. But yeah, thanks for joining me, and thanks for being here again. Just, you know, dropping by, checking in on the art, on the process, and just me rambling. I'm so talk active whenever I stream, honestly. I talk a lot. But yeah, have a good night all, have a good day, and have a good weekend as well. Bye bye. Bye bye.